All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Coming to you from the land of brisket and barbecue, Lone Stars and Longhorns. This is All In Colts presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. It's time to step into the Colts corner as we discuss the offseason moves of the organization. The draft happened, so we will break down everything the Colts did after the perfect thing happened in the first round to get their guy. So let's go. All In Colts.
Yeah, yes, that's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We are the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All In Colts as part of the Rogue Media Sports Network.
Yes. The Colts got Tyler Warren after the Jaguars traded up to get Travis Hunter. The Jets chose to go offensive tackle with Membao, and the Bears picked Colston Loveland. So
yes,
everything went right for us. We got the guy.
Yep.
Tyler Warren is now the Colts tight end.
Yes. And receiver. And outside receiver. And
trick play quarterback.
Running back. And trick play quarterback. And on some occasions, as we saw in the USC game, maybe even the center. So.
Yep.
Then they picked up the edge rusher. Not high on my needs list, but from the national champions, Ohio State, JT Tuimoloau.
Yeah.
I think I got that right.
Yeah, they rounded out day 2, picking versatile corner Justin Waller, I believe, maybe, from Minnesota, bringing all three of the first 3 picks from the Big Ten.
Yep. Yeah, it's like we said all year. Big Ten is strong.
Yep.
We said that.
Sure is.
Yeah. They stayed in the Midwest to start day 3 with Jalen Travis, huge O lineman from Princeton, and then Iowa State.
Yes. Then came a solid running back option in DJ Giddings from Kansas State, who is not only a great runner, but a good pass catcher as well.
Yes, and side note, I got to witness him in person a few years ago at the end of the 23 season, I believe it would be.
Yeah.
It might have been the end of the 22 season. Deuce Vaughn was the starter, but DJ Giddings was the backup. And so, it was nice. He did good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I witnessed him playing Baylor at one of the coldest Baylor games on record. So, then picking up an extra 6th rounder from the 4th round trade back with the Rams, they locked up a sleeper QB from national champion runners-up Notre Dame in Riley Leonard.
Yep, the very next pick, they picked Tim Smith, defensive tackle from Alabama.
And finally, in the 7th round, they picked up another versatile player for Lou Amaruno's defense from another Big Ten team in Wisconsin's Hunter Waller.
Now that we've talked about all of this,
yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is the most surprising pick or non-pick from the draft?
Hands down, it was no guard selection. Absolutely no guard drafted after losing Will Fries, to me, screams that a classic Ballard, I don't exactly know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know? What about you? Did you have a big surprise about a draft or a not drafted?
I think the edge that early on, I like the guy. Don't know if we needed an edge that early on. I feel like there were a lot of decent corners still on the board at that point, could have taken. But from the draft as a whole, Schroeder dropping the 5th round shocked me. Whenever he dropped out of the first, I was like, okay. I thought, okay, surely day 2. Not on day 2. Day 3. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy.
There's lots of theories out there. Lots of theories. My Kevin's conspiracies are just, but
Itching to come out.
um,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna step in there. I'm gonna. It's not our lane. It's not our team. I'm gonna stay in my lane and keep on going. But I will
Yeah.
say, the Browns now have a total of 5 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. 2 from this draft.
Kenny Pickett, they picked up. They still got Deshaun Watson hanging around. They picked Joe Flacco back up. And then they went Dylan Gabriel and then Shador.
Yep.
That's a crowded QB room. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun is there just because they got to pay him. And he's going to be out most of the season with Achilles anyway. But, oh man, 2 quarterbacks from this draft? That's just strange. It's strange.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The edge that early was surprising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, there were several picks that, I wouldn't have drafted that way. But at the same time, I think when I look at it big picture, especially defense wise, so we got 8 picks and 4 offense, 4 defense, split straight down the middle. And how many times did we say versatile in our description of these players? Because that's what Lou's defense needs. The I think my favorite pick might be the 7th rounder. Honestly, I mean, aside from Tyler Warren, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, of course.
like to pick up a 7th rounder who has played linebacker and cornerback and safety, that is a Lou Amaruno player. Because if you're going to play multiple, that's what you need to have. Somebody who can start as a linebacker, rotate out to the safety, or vice versa, or come down from the safety position to play corner as you rotate through those post-snap motions and everything,
Mm-hmm.
So versatility is key. And so, when I look at it like that, it doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Let's see. Fill in the blank here.
Okay.
Tyler Warren was the easiest Colts pick since. It's okay if you pull up a research and you go through drafts.
So my thing is hindsight's always 20/20.
Right.
But
I get it.
in this case you have to bring up hindsight
Yep.
because that's all we know about right now.
Right.
I wasn't present
Like-
for most of these drafts. I think most recently the most one I can think of is Quentin Nelson. Because he has been part of the Pro Bowl since I don't know how long. He's
Yep.
always been in conversation as one of the best guards in the league.
Yep.
If that's not it, Andrew Luck. Not considering hindsight. At
But
the
even
time,
then-
there was a ton of hype around him.
Well, at the time, it was him and RG3 were right
Mhm.
there. I mean, it's the same thing with Peyton Manning. Like, Ryan Leaf was coming out at the same time. Who was going to go 1? Who's going to go 2?
And that was my other one. If not Quentin, Andrew. If not Andrew, Peyton. Those are my
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I think Tyler
mean-
Warren is up there with. Now, obviously, he could have just been. He could be a Tim Tebow. Great in college, terrible in the league. We don't know.
Could be. Right.
But as of right now, this was it. Just that the player we needed fell in our laps, and we picked him up.
Yeah. Like, because we talked, like, there could be so many different things. Like, don't count the Jaguars out of that simply because of Liam Cohen loving the tight end position, what he did with Cade in Tampa Bay last year. He just loves that. And then the Jets needing a tight end, and the hype that was like that they loved him, and then the Bears needing a tight end, and then maybe the Saints wanting a tight end right before them, and then even after that, George Kittle's on the backside of his contract. Maybe they want to draft somebody who's they can cheapen the load so they can pay Purdy what they want.
Yeah.
The Dolphins also, Jonnu Smith left over the free agency. So there was so much like, all these picks. I'm sitting there going, okay, still there. Okay, still there. And then Colts are on the clock, and I'm just like, don't
Just pick him.
mess
Just pick him.
this up.
Don't overthink it. Pick him.
Overthink it. Just run up and give him, like, I know they
And
don't
as
give him
like
card anymore.
the Colts,
That's
the
old
Colts
school,
pick
but-
was in within a minute of the clock, and I was like, okay, I know who we're getting. It's fine.
Yep.
So that was definitely nice.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give you another one.
Okay, cool.
True or false? DJ Giddings is the successor to JT.
I'm gonna say false. I think the only way that you have a true successor to JT is if he gets drafted as a higher round. I think that's the only way you can truly. No, like I'm not saying DJ Giddings can't learn and get there. I'm just saying the more talented you are, the higher that you get taken. So I'm gonna say at least second round at least
Okay.
to be the success.
Even with as deep as this running back class was.
Yep.
Because you got,
Yeah.
I mean, I still stand by my Devin Neal comparison to JT, that they are very much alike and could be. Now, I understand. To build a team, you don't want a bunch of copies necessarily.
But if the
Not
copies work,
opposed to it.
then
Right. If the system works, then you should find the copies. You don't want to vary or stray too much from what you've found to be successful.
exactly.
The advantage that Giddings has over JT is the catching ability. That puts him very much in the Goodson conversation. And so it might be a battle between those two to see who makes the team even, or definitely who is second rather than third. So,
Agreed. Now, I have a question for you.
all right.
Will the quarterback competition now be a three-way competition since Riley Leonard is here?
I love this question. I love this question fell to me. Not yet.
Okay.
But I could very well see this to be a Brock Purdy 2022 sort of situation.
Say AR maybe get hurt.
I'm not saying, I'm not wishing, okay, hear me. I'm not wishing this to be, okay? I want to see AR be successful. I want to see him improve on everything and be the guy, right? The last thing that I want on the other side of that is Daniel Jones to be the quarterback.
That's true.
Now, if he has a ton of success, I'm gonna eat my words and I'm gonna love it. Okay? But I just don't think that's gonna be possible. Okay? But let me dish you out some stats. Okay? Now, Riley Leonard played at Notre Dame and for Duke. You know what? You know what happens at those schools? Lots of learning, lots of intelligence going on those campuses. Okay. His last year at Duke, he played on a bum ankle, so you can't really consider those, but that made him a 2024 Comeback Player finalist. Also, in the college football playoffs, he was the 2024 Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl MVP. The one bowl he went to with Duke in 2022, he was the Military Bowl MVP. I know he's a quarterback and it goes to them, but still matters. Two-time team captain. 2 times his team thought he was the leader that they needed. In 2024, his stats: 2,861 yards, 67%, 21 TDs, 8 interceptions passing, an extra 906 on the ground, and 17 touchdowns on the ground. In 2022, his last healthy season, he had 2,967 yards, 64%, 20 TDs, 8 interceptions, and 699 yards on the ground, and 13 additional touchdowns on the ground. Oh, yeah. He's also from the same town as Uncle Phil, Philip Rivers. And he goes over there regularly to work out and to train with Philip Rivers. Former quarterback for the Colts for a year. Former quarterback for Shane Steichen when he was the quarterback's coach for the Chargers.
This is
Lots
true.
of connections, lots of good stuff. Is it a 3-way battle? Not yet. Are there all kinds of possibilities? Absolutely. You know
I like that answer.
who had the highest completion rate in the quarterback room in college? Daniel Jones. You know who was second? Riley Leonard. If the Colts are looking for consistency, don't count out Riley Leonard.
I like it.
So, do I still think it's better for him to sit and learn and develop? Yes. Could he survive if he gets thrown in there? I think he maybe could. So watch out.
Definitely agree.
Anything else, observations you had from the draft?
No, I think it was another pretty solid draft from the Colts, like last year was. I like it.
Under the radar, just need to see the actual production on the backside. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's all that we have for you for now. We'll be back in a little over 2 weeks with our reaction to the schedule release. Will the league consider the 3 West Coast trips and a home game in Germany that the Colts have to take? Will it be a 4th straight year of a front-loaded division schedule? You'll have to tune in a couple weeks to find out.
Yes, we will. Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all in Colts.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.